You know, one of the most important skills you can ever develop in this life is pattern recognition. And I don't think anybody really teaches it directly. We're taught information, we're taught rules, we're taught methods, we're, but we're rarely taught how to see. And I'm saying this as much for myself as I am for you, because I want to get better at this too. I think I already have a decent handle on pattern recognition. I want to sharpen it. I want to refine it. I want to become less surprised by life. Because once you start seeing patterns, learning speeds up, mistakes repeat less, and you start trusting yourself more. What pattern recognition actually is, pattern recognition isn't mystical, it's not genius level intelligence. It's simply the ability to notice what repeats, what leads to what stays the same beneath different appearances. It's the skill of asking, what tends to happen after this? I think people miss this because we're moving too fast, or we're too emotional, or too distracted, or too ahead of ourselves. And speed hides patterns. That's why I'm teaching calm, because I think calm reveals patterns. I think this skill can change everything. Once you develop pattern recognition, you learn faster, you adapt quicker, you stop repeating the same mistakes unconsciously, and you stop outsourcing your wisdom to other people. You start seeing, oh, that always leads to this. Not as judgment, just just as information. And information is freedom. So, the first rule, calm comes first. I believe this is important. You cannot recognize patterns while reactive. Maybe you can, but I think it's easier when you're calm. When the nervous system is activated, perception narrows, memory fragments, everything feels personal and urgent. But when you're calm, time slows down, comparisons become easier, cause and effect become obvious. So if you want better pattern recognition, the first practice isn't mental, it's regulation. Breathing slower, pausing before reacting, creating space. Calm is the operating system that allows pattern recognition to run. How we actually learn pattern recognition. Let's start with don't. We don't learn patterns by memorizing answers. We learn patterns by comparing experiences over time. Instead of asking, what should I do? Start asking, what happens when I do this? And then this part is key, actually watching what happens. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly, over and over. Life is constantly giving feedback. Most people just don't read it. One simple question that trains pattern recognition, and maybe this is the most powerful question you can practice. What happened before this happened? Not why did this happen to me, but what preceded this? Was it my mood? Is it my habits? Was it the environment that triggered my thoughts, your pace? Or that single question trains cause and effect awareness. And that's pattern recognition. The question again is, what happened before this happened? What preceded this? Okay, so another rule, 3 times rule. Something I'm striving to live by. If something happens once, it might be random. Twice, that's interesting. 3 times, it's a pattern. Okay, so this is designed to keep you grounded, not paranoid, not dismissive, just grounded and observant. And this is how I personally practice pattern recognition in my own life. I don't track everything, I track one variable at a time. For example, how does my breathing speed affect my thinking? How does sleep affect my patience? How does environment affect my clarity? How does rushing affect my outcomes? How does the food I eat affect my emotions? How does exercise affect those emotions? How does my hydration? So on and so forth. One variable at a time, one observation over time. Complexity hides patterns. Simplicity reveals them. That's why one thing at a time. Stop writing stories, start writing patterns. This is a big one. You know, in your journal, you write a story. I felt this because they did that. Oh, and it pushes blame or judgment or complaints, whatever. Okay, instead of writing those stories, write observations. Like when I rush, I miss things. I was in a hurry this morning. I stubbed my toe. I got upset. I dropped some things. I made more of a mess. But when I slowed down, solutions appeared. When I slowed down and stopped projecting being late in my drive, all the drivers around me started being nicer, I think. Things seemed to flow better. It wasn't so jerky and stop and go. When I react, outcomes worsen. Ah, why did he do that? Ah, they did that. Oh, and more and more and more and more. But when I stay calm, things resolve themselves. When I surrender control, no drama, no narrative, just data. Life becomes a feedback loop instead of an emotional roller coaster. So, whether you're teaching adults or children or yourself, the rule is the same. You don't give answers first, you give examples. Show multiple situations and ask, what do you notice? What's the same here? What changed before the outcome changed? And when someone discovers a pattern themselves, it sticks forever. That's real learning. It's like, I'm like, well, people will ask me about manifestation. I'm like, well, you manifested everything in your life. So just reverse engineer that manifestation and it should show you the pattern of how you did it. And, one manifestation is not going to show you the pattern. But if you go over several manifestations in your life, how you ended up here where you are today, reverse engineer it, find the pattern, then repeat the pattern forward. So, I think most people think in single moments, but to be a pattern thinker, You have to think in cycles, emotional cycles, habit loops, learning curves, energy rhythms. Once you see cycles, you stop being shocked by life. You stop asking, why does this keep happening? And you start saying, oh, I see how this works. Here's a deeper layer. Pattern recognition changes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone life happens to and start seeing yourself as someone who learns from life. You move from reaction to observation, from confusion to clarity, from guessing to knowing, and that builds self trust. So, I'd like to give you a simple daily practice. You can start today. You can start right now where you are. Just once a day, ask, what repeated today in my mood, in my behavior, in my reactions, in my results? What repeated today? No fixing, no judging, just noticing. That's enough. Awareness compounds. Pattern recognition isn't about control, it's about coherence. It's about learning how life speaks to you. And once you learn that language, you stop fighting reality and start working with it. So practice noticing, practice slowing down, practice asking better questions, and trust that clarity comes not from forcing answers, but from seeing what's already there. Go in love and peace with wisdom and understanding. Enjoy this day.